you with the box. Who's in the box? What's in the box?
All right. I'm going to get started. I'm going to say hi to Rob Vaux, who's watching me right now, all the way in the San Francisco Bay Area. Hope everything is going well by you. Remember, you could probably run and live in the redwoods like those apes did in that movie a couple years ago, if things get too crazy. Of course, that was also with some sort of weird super flu. That was the simian flu. Oh, God. All right. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to Bob's Basement Toy Blog, or Toy Basement Blog, or Basement Toy Blog. It's my own show, and I already forgot the name of it. So we are on round 3 today, and as I teased on Instagram and Facebook, maybe on Twitter, I don't remember. So if you're watching, if you've come in from any one of those other venues to Facebook, really appreciate it. As you can see today, I'm going to hold it up. Another big Rubbermaid tub. Now this one, I gotta say already, right off the top, you can probably see we got some Star Wars stuff in here. So this is a Star Wars tub. Kind of scared because for me, Star Wars should always be like in mint condition. When I moved to LA and a lot of things got packed up, put into storage, a lot of stuff was on display. A lot of play sets and backdrops and vehicles and all that kind of stuff. So I really have, besides, I mean, I see some episode 1 stuff in here. I see some Disneyland stuff, Disney World, Disney Park stuff in here. But let's get right to it. So we're going to start off right off the bat. And this is the Donald Duck Shadow Trooper. Now, this was an exclusive to Celebration 5. So you could get it at Celebration 5 in Orlando, or you could get it at the park. I did not have tickets for Celebration. I don't know why I didn't do that. But I had bought my tickets ahead of time to go to the final tour to Endor, which was the very last weekend that they were running Tour to Endor, the ride, by itself. I mean, in its original format. They were going to change the whole thing. So I picked up, I think there may be another one of these. I know I definitely had 2. This is number 684 of 5,000. And this is Donald Duck as a Shadow Trooper. It's cool it came in this package. This was $11.95 at Disney World. But I have no idea what it goes for now. So, but it does have a nice little Celebration 5 thing here. We got Celebration 5 sticker up here, which is Boba Fett. So I think it was celebrating the anniversary of Empire that year. I can't really tell you. It might have been 2010. Sounds right. Sounds right. 30th anniversary of Empire. So, moving right along. Here is a snow outfit Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Clone Wars. The Clone Wars figures, there was a lot of them. This is Clone Wars 48. They actually numbered them all so that if you were trying to get each and every figure, you could. And he comes with goggles. He's the lightsaber. You know, I don't know if the hood goes down. It has it on the back here, but it looks like it comes off. Looks like it pops off. So that's kind of neat. But it did have this special mail-away Jedi Mon Calamari. Nadar Veb. Yes, I have him. I bought enough of these, mailed it away, got him. So the one cool thing, there's a bunch of figures here on the back. There's a Snow Captain Rex, but I wish I would have gotten the firefighter droid. He's right there. Very cool. From the end of episode, I don't even know if that would be episode 3, because he's a firefighter droid. He'd have to be a firefighter like on Coruscant, so I guess not. But the firefighter droid, wish I would have gotten that one. So we have to figure out some way to put some of these either in cases or on display. So this is an interesting one. This still has join the Star Wars fan club hyperspace on the back. Remember when you had to pay for that? It used to be free and then you had to pay for it. Oh, it was terrible. So this is Jodo Cast. He's from the comics. He actually appeared in a video game, and he's kind of like a Boba Fett pretender. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of t-shirts that have Boba Fett on the front with an old Marvel cover. It's not Boba Fett. It's Jodo Cast. This is a Kmart exclusive of all things. And this was from, please forgive me, I'm looking real quick. It says 2009, 2010 on the back. Not bad. Do a question here. He loves the Krusty doll. Yes, Rob, if you didn't see the first or second episode, he actually is the Treehouse of Terror Krusty doll that has the switch from good to evil on the back. He does say, I love you. I love you very much. And then I think he says, die, fat boy. But I have no batteries in him because he's been in storage. So, ooh, now here's something. So, not Star Wars, which may be the only thing in this box that's not. So this is the Comic-Con exclusive 70th anniversary. So if 2019 was the 80th anniversary, God, I've had this toy for 10 years. That this was that 80th in 2019. So this was 2009. It was a Marvel Legend when it was all about the 375s. This is the black and white, like frozen in ice Captain America. Came with a special case that was drawn. I think it's Quesada drew this. So this is neat. This may be my second one. I think I got rid of one of them, but he was well, this is kind of creepy. He was numbered 00. I don't know what that means. Interesting. I may have to Google that, see if there's any more out there that are numbered, because he's 00. Got him at Comic-Con. Had to wait in line for him. Good deal. Cool toy. I'm going to have to put him in some sort of box. That's the kind of toy that you would hold on to for a while that is probably going to be worth something down the road. Here we go. So here's a hot figure now, and was then. This is the Pre-Vizsla, who was voiced by Jon Favreau in the Clone Wars. I do have one of these open because he was just too cool. I have two of these now. It had the weird dice game that Hasbro was trying to do at the time. It was just a way to play with your figures and do things with them. But a cool figure. I spent a full day driving to all the different Targets to try to find Pre-Vizsla, and then found like 3 at one store. It was awesome because I was like, yay! And there it was. So, comes with the Darksaber. That's probably why everybody wants him. So, what else we got in here? Okay, so here is, don't know why this is in this tub. And look at the dust on here. Now, I'm going to drag my finger across it. Oh, that is disgusting. I really would love to use my Clorox wipes for something other than, going out. But this is Protecto Pack. I think I got a whole case of these a couple times at Walmart. They were selling them. And this is the original 1995 Darth Vader. It even has the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It has the 8 figures on the back and the 4 vehicles that were first released back in 1995. There's a slight tear down here at the bottom where I peeled this. I got it at Spencer's gift tag. But it's probably worthless, but to me it was worth it's very valuable because it was Star Wars was back, and they were back in these action figure sizes. Vader's a little on the muscular side, but I've never really minded it that much. The Luke's, on the other hand, yeesh, and Hans. This is another Protecto Pack, and this is from the Episode 1 crossover figure. So what you do is you pull this down. Here you would see Aunt Beru, and then you would pull it, and her Episode 1 counterpart would be Shmi, Skywalker. So, comes with the droid. Cool figure. I may have more than one of these, so the blue milk is also a nice little touch. Sometimes you wonder if it's worth opening the figure just to get to the droid and the accessory, but think about it. You're actually getting 2 figures in this pack. So, it's not something that Hasbro does too often. He gets a little droid, but it's nice that you get that extra figure. So, these proto packs were nice. So, here we have the Target exclusive. This was the Revenge of the Sith Darth Vader. So it's it came in this like factory sealed hard plastic, which is really, really nice. It says Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith here embroidered in the plastic, and again, heavy duty dust. Gross. The nice thing about this figure is that it came with the pack. It was 1 of 50,000. Sounds like a lot. It'd be nice if they were all individually numbered, but I like this figure in my mind because it was the only figure I bought for Revenge of the Sith. I was waiting to see what would happen, and I think it was the only figure I bought the day that all the figures came out. I think I did. No, I take that back. At the time, I did buy the preview figures, but the day the figures came out, there was a whole wall at the Target that I was at. And this was the only one I picked up and walked out of there. It was the only one I really wanted. He's kind of like flame and stuff. It made you think that maybe he was going to be like that somewhere in the movie. He's very red. He wasn't. Here's the sticker to the tub that this is in. That's interesting. Looks like we're about to get into some vehicles here. But this is the last figure. So while I was at Disney World and I went to Star Tours, I started picking up some of these, and it's funny because I wish I would have bought the droids instead, but this Donald Duck is Han Solo. Lots of fun. Luke's Mickey, Goofy is C-3PO, Minnie's Princess Leia, and then, you know, the other characters are scattered throughout. But this was $8.95. I figured it was fun because technically you're getting two figures. You're getting Donald Duck, and then you're getting him in the Carbonite. So, neat. And, you know, it's one of those things you can only buy in the park. So that's why I kind of picked it up. It's a fun toy, especially if you're a Star Wars and Disney fan. So, this is going to get tricky now because it looks like I'm going to pull out parts here. So, this is the doors to the Naboo hangar, which was a play set. So you were supposed to do the dun, dun, and then Darth Maul could be on the other side. So this was an Episode 1 toy that I bought when Episode 1 had come out. Here's another doorway, I guess, to the play set. Now, this is the original Dagobah. Now, I do have these little pieces here are you move this thing here, and then if you can see it, you'd put the little boxes here for Luke to float up to use the Force. It does have all of its pieces that you can move, like the figures around on these little pegs. Say you pull these out, that you can do stuff with them. You can see into Yoda's hut. But I forget where I got this. I think I got it at a flea market. There is a stick. Maybe I don't have all the parts. There's a stick that goes through the tree that you can use to make Luke look like he's doing the handstand. But the one thing that is missing, well, maybe now the other part that's missing, is that the foam here that you would have the quicksand that Luke was falling into has rotted away with time. So I'm sure there's probably guys online where you can buy the pieces. You can buy stickers. You can buy all this kind of repurposed stuff. But all in all, you have to wonder, it's two colors. I mean, they didn't really put any other colors into it. I mean, I'm glad I have the original Dagobah, but as toys progress, there were better things, but it's an original Kenner. What do you want? It's 40 years old playset. So here's more of this is a breakaway bridge, part of that Naboo hangar. There must have been something that held these pieces on here. This is a problem when you store toys and they get like this. So a hairdryer will fix this up. Here we go. So my buddy and longtime collaborator on all kinds of crazy projects, films, skits, websites, TV shows, all kinds of things. Brett Bagenstos was, after Episode 1, had purged his entire Star Wars collection and got rid of everything. He was so disappointed in the movie. So he gave me a bunch of models that he made. So here's a TIE, I think it's a TIE Interceptor. He actually put it on strings, and then he would scorch it with a lighter and stuff and added some cool, crazy colors to it. I love that it's almost like it's very like remnant Stormtrooper Empire now. So pretty cool. I can't believe it's actually survived this box. I do have somewhere I have a Shuttle Tidarian that he did too. So that's a nice keepsake for me. I'll probably hang it in my son's room. I might even do that today if the wife will let me. But he even put strings on it so that you could hang it like that. I mean, the guy he really is a completely creative guy. So, and Brett, if you want it back, I know you have a son now. I'll give it to you, and I know you still have Star Wars toys. So this is an original sand speeder. It still has all its parts. Still stickers are still intact inside. This is where we used to put guns to hide those. My mom worked at a Boscov's, which is an apartment store if you're not from the U.S. or the Northeast Corridor, around 83, 84. And when they opened this brand new Boscov's, all their Star Wars toys were like dirt cheap. We're talking like $2-3 for stuff. So my dad went and bought like all of it, as much as he could. But it was things like this. It wasn't anything like, there was no Millennium Falcons or no TIE Fighters. It was all the lower price point toys that just sat. So my original sand speeder, I believe this is broken off, which I still have somewhere in all this stuff. But it was nice that we ended up getting this. We got a Dewback. We got Jabba the Hutt, which we had never had before. So, but the wheels still work. If you pull the little gears, the wheels show up at the bottom. So it's nice to have this old school sand speeder. That's an awesome toy. And in some ways, it's like this was your first car. Millennium Falcon, you could say, was also your first car, but I think it's more first as your first mobile home, and this was your first car. But, I mean, yeah, that's just awesome. I mean, I look at this and I think of my brother and all the great times that we had. So, and it's got 1978. That's a little bit of scorched bottom to it. It looks like that's something. attached itself to it. Probably have been in this box. We'll find out. And if you're joining us, this is like the third, this is round 3. I'm trying to come up with creative names for it. I am finding little things that go to other things. So I'm kind of making a box to the side of weapons. I'm already going to get right into it right here. This is one of the, I believe, one of the little mines that goes to the episode 2 Attack of the Clones Slave 1, which is literally right behind the camera, which is in really good shape. So I'm kind of glad that that's doing okay. But I can now add one of these because they're rolling around inside and there's like a little latch and then they pop out. So little things like that I am keeping for down the road. More pieces to the Naboo playset. This was a gun turret that shot a rocket out. It did come with a droid or two, but I think they've been folded into bigger stuff. Okay, so here we have, and I hope I took the batteries out. All right, that's the rocket. All right, so here we have a Naboo. Here we have a Naboo ship, but it's missing its tail. So we do have R2-D2. There's Rick Oley. So he's in there. But where is the tail? I remember I was at a JCPenney's and these were like $7 a piece. So I bought a couple of them. I think I got one the day they came out. The rocket is in there. I'm going to shoot it off into my hand just to prove that it's there. It's right there. But these things were awesome. I gave one to my cousin for Christmas one year with a Boba Fett in it. Yeah, that was pretty cool. And we got R2 right here. So it did have noises and stuff, but I got to find the tail. So you can't miss it. It's like basically just another one of these pieces. So we'll see if that's floating around here. Probably didn't fit in the tub. No, this is nice. Here's an original Cloud car. I do have a Lando without a cape in there, and a Bespin security guard, the white one. I have a ton of these. So this was neat. I really thought the Snowspeeder is awesome, but for some reason I really thought that Hasbro in some weird way was going to do this first. And I just felt as if this was less plastic than the Black Series Snowspeeder that's coming out. Long had I predicted that this would be it. Yes, it still has its landing strips, landing gear. Isn't that awesome? Landing gear. And then both canopies, the stickers are intact, and there's still the control stickers inside, though they're kind of bendy at this point. Again, it's a 40-year-old toy. If my brother's watching, I do remember that this was yours, but you're not going to get it. So, but look at that. That's awesome. Got some vintage Star Wars stuff here. I didn't expect that. All right, so we got... Yeah, good. Another piece to that playset, but not the base for it. It had a base with all kinds of weird things you could move on. All right. Oh. Another Space Mine for Slave 1. Take care of that. Now, I did mention that we had Dagobah. So there's Dagobah. And, as you know, I've been ziplocking, putting stuff in Ziploc bags. I've got the little things that go here so that you can use the force and then they float up. Press the rock. And so when I did buy this, I'm pretty sure I bought this at the Black Rose Antique Mall in Allentown. I do have the stick that goes through the tree house, through the base of the tree, that you can make Luke look like he's using the Force. So you put him in there, you put him in here, and then you twist this, and this goes through this. Let's just do it because we're here. So this sits in here like this, and then you do this, and it does its little thing. But because I'm crazy, I actually added the mail-away backpack, which you think Yoda would have just come with. But I put the mail-away backpack in with all this stuff for this kit. So this is complete except for the sand. And I'm going to look into it tonight and see if I can get some sand. I just got an Imperial Star Destroyer, the Vader's Star Destroyer ship, and I got an Ewok Village. So I've been really ramping up on my old school Star Wars stuff. I've been shopping at a store called Symbiote Collectibles in Reading, PA. The owner there, Max, is a great guy. He's really been, we've been doing nice trades. I've been bringing in some new stuff. He's been hooking me up with old stuff. You know, Max is a good guy, and I do recommend dealing with him at Symbiote Collectibles. So I've got a tin in here, which is weird because I'm very interested to see what's in the tin. But we do have an original Dewback, which, God, I wish I would have known where this was when I reviewed the Black Series Dewback, which is by far one of my all-time favorite toys. But here's original Dewback. I don't have the rope for his neck, and I've used some sort of electrical tape to tie up the saddle to make sure that it stays on. So the Dewback would probably, if he went into a display, I would probably have a trooper standing next to him. But I do have, I think I have 3 of the re-releases Dewbacks, because they're all different like molds and shapes and colors and textures and stuff. They're awesome toys. I even have one that doesn't even come with a trooper. It's just the Dewback. Here somewhere. I'll find it. All right, so here is, now, if you've seen The Mandalorian has a lot of throwback stuff to other Star Wars things. This is the original Imperial troop transport. So I got this for Christmas one year. I had no idea what it was, but it was a toy that nobody else had, and it said Star Wars on the box, but I knew it wasn't in the movie. So this is one of those things that Kenner started concocting, and Lucasfilm loved the idea of toys that were just off screen, just a little bit off screen. The door on this side is broken, but it does not. It needs a sticker, and then the one on the other side is fine. So it'd be nice to put these 2 and 2 when I get the new one, because I gotta get the new one. But then there was a battery pack up here. I believe it was a C battery. There was a lid here, and then you pressed any one of these sounds. I wonder if it still works. And it would make different noises. So there was 2 blaster noises. The transport itself had a noise. C-3PO talked, R2-D2 made noises, and there was a stormtrooper noise. So I'm missing the battery cap, which was orange. And then there was an on and off switch inside the back, which is nice. The wheels are still intact. It just needs a little fine tuning and cleaning. But then they had these like prisoner masks that you could put over people that went in here. So I do have one of those left, which is amazing to me. But I got some sort of weird stuff here. Again, when the Clorox wipes are easier to come by, I'll love this thing. Love this thing. It's one of those Christmas gifts that you're glad your parents, in hindsight, get you. Found an old business card of mine. So this is the Qui-Gon and Darth Maul Lego set. I really got instructions. This is from the first year that Lego actually did Star Wars toys. It's probably worth something. Mania magazine. That is to the inside of a Cobra like giant battle suit of armor. I don't know why that's in there. Original packaging. Instructions. These are always worth something. Okay, I got a question. Is there a sale sometime in the future? I don't know if I'll be selling any of this stuff. I might be. Max, I hope you're watching. So it looks like it's mostly the accessory parts to this and the little swoop bike. Pretty sure that I thought I saw Qui-Gon Jinn and Darth Maul in like another like bag of Lego stuff. So I should probably hold on to this box, and I will find them soon, I'm sure. So we've got one last thing in the tub. Oh, no, wait. I lied. We got another piece to the Naboo hangar bay. We've got one last thing, and that is whatever is in this metal tin. No clue. Oh. Very interesting. Okay. So, remember I told you about my friend? He also did an A-wing. This is still fishing line that he had on the A-wing, and somehow he had it strung to the front too, because there is some sort of loop here for the front nozzle. So Amazing detail that he did. Looks fantastic. Actually looks weathered and aged. Should probably just give these back to him. I mean, I see them every once in a while. Got another pieces to the base. Two pieces to the Starfighter hangar. But I wish I had like a little yay alarm system for when I actually find another piece. How do you store this thing? You have to pull the tail off. Look at that though. Wonder if it's still it's got to work. It's only 21 years old now. But great ship. Fantastic design. And then a Lego, everything you can buy at Lego at the time. This is 1999. Dinosaurs, Alpha Team, the studio set, Life on Mars. This is probably worth something to Harry Potter. No, I'm reading the back. Yeah, Harry Potter, Jack Stone, Star Wars, soccer. So probably worth something to somebody in the Lego collecting universe. And then two of these, but they have Jedi on them and they say Star Wars. Two of these. And then this is an original Kenner Millennium Falcon. So this was like a die-cast metal thing. It has landing gear. It's to scale of the size of the guys that would have sat in here. Two little things like that. The dish is long since gone. Long since gone. It fell off. So I'm always on the lookout for a dish just in case. But if it's from Return of the Jedi. See? Toy collectors are sick people. We can justify our means of keeping anything. So that was an interesting finale there. It was the mystery box. But thank you for tuning in to Bob's Basement Toy Blog. Now, tomorrow's going to be a little bit different. We're probably going to move it back a little bit in time. We'll do it closer to 5 o'clock. I'm just trying different times, seeing people tune in. We'll probably go back by Friday. We'll probably go back to 1 o'clock. I'm sorry, noon. But we are doing a lot of different things. This was a very big Star Wars box. And actually, what wasn't Star Wars? The Captain America. So the Captain America must have just ended up in there at the last minute on top of a whole bunch of Star Wars stuff. Now, I do see a couple more Star Wars tubs that I know of in the distance. But like, I pull this out. We got all Nerf stuff here. I've got, those are Star Wars dolls of my wife's. They're all Padme dolls that Hasbro released. And we have this giant tub back here. It says Mighty Mugs, but I see a Spawn toy in there and a couple other things. So we've got lots of time on our hands here. We are doing all kinds of things at Total Toy Recon for you. We've got reviews. We're posting all different kinds of toys that we're getting in the mail. And we're going to do a bunch of Diamond Select reviews in the next day or two. So we've got at least 4 new items from Diamond Select Toys that thankfully have arrived. Thankfully, UPS and FedEx and Amazon, all those guys are still doing their business. So thank you for tuning in to Bob's Basement Toy Blog, round 3. I can't really give you a hint of what is to come because I've got to clean up this mess before I really get into the next one. But it's going to be something, and it's going to be fun. So thank you for tuning in. Now I have to get up and turn around, turn off the camera.